Hi, this is Connie, and welcome to RedHorse. I'd like to show you how to save and reuse grid layouts or views in RedHorse. You will see how to take a customized grid layout and save it so that you can return to the saved view anytime you want to use it again. This is going to incorporate the functions we showed in two other videos, our video on basic grid customization and advanced grid customization. You will want to check both of those videos before learning how to save the customized views you've created. We're going to use the pending grid in the global viewer this time, and we're going to assume the role of a manager in charge of a sales team. Part of our day is overseeing our team. We need to see what they have coming up on their schedules and review the team. Another part of our day is managing our own job tasks. When we look at the global viewer, we can see all of the upcoming appointments and activities for all of the users in the system. We want to create two views, one for managing our team and one for managing our own tasks for the day. First, let's quickly create a view of the team. I'm going to turn a bunch of fields off that I don't want to see, and I'm going to order the columns. Okay, now I have the fields that I'd like to see, as well as the order I'd like to see them in. Now I'm going to turn on filters and group by, because I'll be using both of those. I want to see only activities, not emails. So first I need to filter those out by setting the filter action to does not start with and type in message. This way I'll be getting everything in the grid, calls and appointments and to-dos, but no email messages. I want to see all activities grouped by activity type and then by user. So I will drag up the action first, and then I'll drag up the user. And I want to see those activities for the next 90 days. So I'll set the dates drop down till next 90 days. Let's see what this looks like. I can open appointments, and I can see who has upcoming appointments and when they are. Now let's save that view. In the Saved Views area, we have Name, Action, and then a Go button and a Reset button. Notice that we don't have anything in the Name drop-down yet. This will be our first one. Since I'm creating a new view, first I want to type in a name. Then I'm going to change the action to Save and click Go. Now we can see our first saved view in the list. Let's now go and create our second view, my view of my own activities for the day. I have a couple of options. I can use the Reset button and go back to the factory default. That will work. But then I have to hide all the fields I don't want to see, and it will take longer to begin my new view. So I'm going to start with the view that I have open and work with it to make it my day view. Let's start by turning off Group By and Filters to clear them. Now I'm left with a good set of fields in order. Let's turn on Filters so I can set a new filter to see just my activities. I'm logged in as Jack, we can see at the bottom. So I'm going to select Jack. All ready. Now let's save it. I want to change the name, set the action to save, and click Go. Now we have two saved views in our global pending. I can switch back and forth by selecting the view I want, making sure the action is load, and clicking go. Notice that when my options area is closed, it tells me which view I have active. As we can see here. There are two more options in the actions list. One is delete. This one is obvious. It will delete the selected view. And then we have copy. Copy lets me take a view that I've created and copy it for other users. I'm going to choose copy here and click go. This opens a dialog where I can select the user or group that I'd like to copy the view to and click save. Next time Amber and Amy are in their global viewer pending, they'll have a similar view. When I have a saved view and I leave the pending grid, for instance to look at quotes, when I return to the pending grid, the last view I was using will be automatically loaded for me. I want to show you a key way in which saved views differ from the default view. We saw in our basic grid customization video that when we made a change and left the grid and came back, our changes were saved. So if I reset here and I'm not using a saved view, and let's for instance, I'm going to put my user field over here. When I leave the pending and I come back, our user field is where we left it. This is our default view, not a saved view. This happens only when we're not using a saved view. When I have a saved view loaded, for instance, my week, I'm going to move the priority field to the left. And I'm going to leave the pending grid and come back. Notice that my change was not retained. Our saved view remains intact. If we want to make a permanent change to a saved view, I need to make my change, and then I need to take the step to save the view. Then, when I leave and come back, it will retain my setting. So remember, if you make a change to a saved view, you have to save it to retain it. That's saving and reusing views in RedHorse. You can see how you can create multiple views and switch back and forth anytime you need to see a particular view. Thanks for watching.